Yo, 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 what up, world? What up, fight fam? It's your boy Mac with Stay Ready Boxing TV. And somebody need to mute their mic because I hear their TV in the background. And I ain't trying to get popped this late at night. But y'all know what it is. I got the usual suspects with me. Hey, Reacher, Quattro Cinco, and that boy Fool of Sports. Uh, Shout out to everybody that come through fucking with your boy. You know, I got a few things I want to talk about. I know it's man cave conversation, but you know the big topic of the day is Gypsy King. You know what I'm talking about? So we gotta talk about that. I got to. I can't not. What's going down, hyphy? Man, I know it took me a while to start the stream. I was waiting on Quattro now. Hell no, I wasn't watching no motherfucking Ishay. Fuck Ishay. Um, what's up, Reggie Owens? So I missed all the conversations today. Only one I got to see was Deontay Wilder's interview with 78. I watched that live and I watched Trill Boxing Talk. And me and 503 talked about it earlier. But man, so what's from everybody's conversation? Do y'all think the fight is off, or do y'all think the fight is on? Deontay Wilder believe the fight's still on.
The fight's off, in my opinion.
I ain't trying to hear opinion. I really need to know, like, because I don't think it's off. I think the fight's on.
No, I think it's off. Bob Arum has already pretty much said it's off.
How? How? What did Bob Arum say?
Wilder needs a tune-up before he fights. Fury needs a tune-up before he fights Wilder again. That's what we would like to do first.
No, man, goddamn tune up. Yeah, Thief of the Night. Yeah, 78 had it. You ain't seen that? 78 did an interview right after Trill Boxing Talk, like literally right after Trill Boxing Talk, bro. Quattro Cinco, what are your thoughts on it, man? Quattro Cinco?
Hold on, my fault. My fault. Now I had to get off of mute.
Oh.
I'm kind of in limbo with it. Like I told Fuller, you know what I mean? Like I want to believe like you that it's still a happen because there's a lot of money there to be made in that fight.
It's the most money in boxing to be made in that fight.
For real. That's what I'm saying. So but at the same time, I can see what Fuller is saying. So I'm kind of like the Two-Face with it. I'm kind of half and half. You know what I mean? I can see where it can't happen, then I can see where it will happen. If I know it's not a clear answer, but that's just how I feel right now. Till I hear more.
Man, I'm at a loss right now, honestly. I don't know what to think. I believe the fight's gonna happen. I don't think it's not. I think it's the only issue I have is Frank Warren coming out today. Because Frank Warren, they stopped negotiations. The fight could have been announced already, but they stopped negotiations because they started working on this negotiation with Top Rank. So they didn't talk for a week. Now Frank Warren said they're going back in the negotiations this week. So my question is who's going in the negotiations? Is because if Bob Arum is going to negotiations, yeah, Fuller 100% agree with your fight's off. But if Frank Warren is still leading this with Shelly Finkel and going to negotiations for the rematch, then it's gonna happen because they already going to the purse bid for this fight. What's up with the Marlowe's Corner? What's up with the Adari T? Salute to you, Prophet Woe. But yeah, man. I don't know. Have y'all heard anything from anybody else on any of the shows today? Because
I heard that Bob Arum wants Fury to take a tune-up fight.
What the fuck does he need a tune-up for? They fought. Ain't no tune-up after you fight. I don't understand that. Tune-up means you've been out the ring. You need to fix something. Tyson Fury was damn near perfect in that fight. If he wouldn't have got knocked down in the 12th, he'd won that fight. You know, Prophet Woes said, not throwing shade or trolling. This is a legit question. How come every YouTube boxing channel that I know of is only talking about the heavyweight division? Prophet Woes. The reason that everybody's talking about it because the biggest news in boxing happened today in the heavyweight division. No other news has come out that can top that news that happened today, right now. Nothing. I don't know nothing that can come out unless y'all tell me right now that Mikey is fighting. I mean that Earl Smith is fighting Terrence Crawford. Nothing's topping that news. What's up, Chris? You know what? Hold on, y'all. Chris, I'm finna send you a link, bro. Because we didn't get to do our show yesterday, so I'm gonna plug you in, bro. Oh fuck! What the hell I just do? See if I can just add him to the. Damn, my phone tripping. Let me just use my phone. Hey, Marlo, we talking about the news that happened with Tyson Fury signing with Top Rank today, man. Why can't I find your email, Chris? I don't know. Hey, what was you talking about that Herman McGill might be fighting who?
That was Fuller hit me with that information.
Hell no.
I talked to
Go
his
ahead,
trainer.
go ahead.
I talked to Boo Boo's strength coach, and he said that he would be open to moving down.
Oh, he'd be
That's
open. It's not happening. Yeah.
No, but it's a possibility.
Hell no, there ain't no possibility.
Yeah, it is. They're both his own niggas.
I said they disowned them, meaning.
It may. I'm not saying it's like
he wouldn't move back down to fight Jamel. Why would he move back down to fight Hyman?
Belt.
He already got a belt. What's going down, Chris?
What's up with you?
Chilling, man. Just going over some of this. Man, I'm still kind of questioning this Tyson Fury Wilder fight. I don't know if that's good news or bad news. It's good news. I'm not mad at Tyson Fury because it's good news for his pockets. But that fight, I don't know.
They won't fight again.
You don't think so?
No, they'll go their separate ways. Joshua will end up fighting Fury. Joshua will end up fighting Wilder, and that'll be that. They won't fight again.
That fight's not even happening.
Hey, fool! You talking to somebody that's This is an actual boxing manager right here. He's into the politics. He knows everything going on in the background. That's why I brought him on real quick. This is
I definitely
everybody.
think it'll happen in 2019. By the end of 2019, Joshua will fight Wilder.
Let me introduce you to everybody, man. Hey, chat. Quattro Cinco, Fuller Sports. This is Chris McLean, Masters, boxing manager out of Colorado. You know what I'm saying? He manages some good fighters. Vail Hassan, if anybody remember him making Kawan Sistrunk walk out the ring in the middle of a fight. He also Manny Lopez. This is Manny Lopez's
okay.
manager. You know, salute to you, Chris, man. I appreciate you for coming on tonight, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Man. But yeah, it's Thief of the Night just asked, what if Fury thinks Big Baby beats AJ and wants to have the lineup immediately after that? Which lineup, Big Baby or Joshua?
Big Baby.
St. Cruz and say Josh Wilder versus Joshua will happen 2020. It might be the first quarter of 2020. You'll probably right at the end of 2019 though.
Yeah, I can see that either end of 19, early 2020.
Yeah.
Fury's having a conversation with both of those guys though. It won't happen unless one of those guys are willing to go over to ESPN and fight on ESPN on that network. He won't fight either of those guys ever again, at least.
Yeah, and I don't see Wilder going to ESPN unless the money right. They're gonna really have to offer the money. But Tyson Fury is the B side. He don't have leverage and no fight to be A side at all, except the lineal title belt.
ESPN though.
Yeah, for that leverage, money.
Exactly, but he deserves it because I mean, I still feel he won the Wilder fight, even with the 2 knockdowns. Those are literally the only two rounds that I personally gave to Wilder was the 2 knockdown round. And only because of that. And in all honesty, if you rewatch the fight again, if you watch the 12th round, after the knockdown, when Fury got up, he beat the dog shit out of Wilder for the rest of the round. He hurt him, had him on Wilder. So I mean, you could really argue it. I mean, if you really wanted to, I mean, you could really even that round out. I mean, I still wouldn't, but you could argue it.
Yeah, no, not a knockdown round. That's a 10 round all day.
I mean, you never know. I mean, but
yeah, but you know, it's the old rule, man. You gotta beat the champion, and you know, it was a few close rounds in there. They could have swung it away. No, I ain't gonna say that. But it was nice. It was nice. It was close. It was some nice rounds.
No. My personal opinion, no, I don't think so.
Right on.
But you know.
Hey, matter of fact, I wanted to ask. You said you were for to start your YouTube up,
huh? Yeah, I'm looking into it. It's not more or less YouTube. I just want to get. I'm trying to get a podcast together.
Me too. I actually pretty much got it.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I not to cut you guys off, but what's the best way to start a podcast? Because I got one in mind too. Really, that I would want it.
Hey, you're already on it.
Oh,
what you do? Let me. Okay, I'm gonna have to email you the website, but you can take your stream that you're currently on, like right now, this live stream that we're on. Yeah. After it's finished and it's collab, I can take the web address, put it into a website and consolidate all the audio from that and upload it straight to iTunes.
Oh, okay.
Or Speaker Network.
Oh, okay.
It's real simple, but it's time consuming too. And I want to get everything down because I'm trying to work on some advertisements. So when I do put everything over in those, I can start getting paid immediately.
Yeah, for sure. No, I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. Yeah, because I have some ideas. That's the thing. Like a multi facet like thing, like the boxing, of course, and then have some other things as well from time to time.
Yeah, my whole thing with what I'm gonna do with mine is I want to just make it sports related. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just hanging out with the friends and stuff, and all the different arguments, and it's really what they their arguments turn into debates turn into arguments, and I mean, like, and we talk some good shit.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, why not put it on wax and get paid for it? You know, so it's gonna be everything. I'm excited about it, but I'm gonna take my time with it. I'm gonna I have a production company that I've been talking to because I want to get it produced correctly, and I want to start out with not just audio. I want to do video. Like obviously I took a lot of inspiration from Joe Rogan's podcast. You know, I like being able to see, you know, the person when they're talking. You kind of pay attention to it more.
Yeah,
I mean, so that's what I'm working on. I want to have it both video and audio, and with the production behind it, because I want to be able to reach a bigger audience immediately. rather than just have to build it all from scratch with just YouTube channels and stuff like that. Because just like Max said, I want to get paid for it off top.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I'm going to try to push the iTunes part, because I know everybody, like World Breaker was telling me he's trying to go Twitch and he's trying to go this and he go that. I don't want to do all those platforms at one time. I'd rather stick with one where I can just put the audio out. Because I know a podcast right now that literally does a podcast. They only have 7 subscribers on YouTube. But they put it on YouTube and take that audio and put it on iTunes, and they get paid nicely just from their iTunes podcast. They don't put it on no other platform. But they only got 7 subscribers on YouTube.
I'm still trying to learn how to use the Twitch, man. Like, I'm seriously trying to learn how to use that, man. Yeah. Like, I haven't learned how to use it really, or haven't really like went over it or anything like that.
Yeah, facts, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm gonna get. What's up?
What fights are you watching on April 20th?
What fights are
Crawford Khan or Garcia Granados? You know it's on the same card in the same city, right? Same night.
Damn.
April 20th,
Granados fighting Garcia.
Granados Garcia is at the Barclays, and Khan Crawford is at MSG.
I'm gonna watch both of them.
Which one you watching live? You're not gonna be able to watch both of them at the same time.
Shit, yes I am. I got 2 TVs. Shit, I done done it before. I literally one day I had the Crawford and Jeff Horn fight, and the Charlo on one TV and the Charlo fight on the other TV.
I'm not gonna be able to watch both because I'll be at Barclays.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be at that.
Unfortunately, I can't watch Terrence that night.
I want to see I would prefer to watch the Garcia Granados fight. Me personally.
Y'all know who I'm rooting for. I'm sorry.
I'm
rooting for Adrian Granados here.
Okay.
You know that. I told you the first time we met. Adrian Granados is one of my favorite fighters. I still want to interview him.
No, and I told you I talked to him. It's gonna happen, but he's like I said, he's in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I already know. Ain't no rush.
He don't have the best internet access in Mexico. So, but
that's where he's training at?
Yeah, he's in Mexico with Julio Cesar Chavez and his people.
Oh shit! Oh, he's trying to really get right for this fight.
Oh yeah. So, but it'll happen. It'll happen before April 20th, before the fight. So you have my word on that.
Bet. I'm really ready to see that. I want to see that fight, but I gotta see Khan and I gotta see. Matter of fact, hey, Cuatro Cinco.
What's good, champ? What's good?
We calling that fight? We calling those fights that night?
I look. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I'm watching. I
know you watching Khan and Terrence Crawford.
That's a more entertaining fight. It's more of to me, it's a bigger spectrum. But I do like Adrian Granados. I don't like Danny Garcia. I don't have a problem with Adrian Granados. I just don't like Danny Garcia.
I don't either. That's why I want.
Look, let me tell you something.
What's up?
Dudes got this thing now, you know what I mean, where they talk shit about fighters, but don't want to make a fight. Go over there and beat the person. You think that he didn't accomplish nothing? He didn't do nothing? Go over there and fight him. I'm not jacking that, champ. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? If I'm talking trash about another fighter, that means that I'm going to demolish the one I'm fighting and the one I'm about to get. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like Danny Garcia talking shit about Terrence Crawford. I mean, not Danny Garcia. Well, Danny Garcia did, but I'm talking about Mikey recently. Like Mikey, like, bro, there's a shiny burgundy belt over there. Why not try to fight him after the Earl Spence fight? He been wanting to fight you. You don't want revenge from the amateur? I'm just not feeling a lot of these dudes, man. A lot of these dudes is cartoon characters, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just the whole thing that how I feel about it. You know what I mean? I know Fuller feels the same, him being a fighter too. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
that's just how I feel about it. I would never talk shit about another fighter and not be willing to go in the ring with it. If I talk shit about you, it's just like in school. That means I'm ready to fight you.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, let me introduce you to the panel too. This is Act Reacher. He's actually fit to go pro pretty soon. Uh, Quattro Cinco, the ageless Anthony Foss. Then you got Fool of Sports. He's an amateur boxer as well.
Okay. All right.
I don't know when. Fooler, when are you going? When are you thinking about going pro?
What weight are you gonna fight at? First of all, at least we know what weight I'm gonna fight at. What weight are you gonna fight at?
I'd rather, like, honestly, I'm at 160 a buck right now. Like, I'm
So
at a
you gonna
buck
go to
60.
154? You gonna come down to 54?
That would be the
I had a
easiest
feeling.
thing
I
to
had a
do.
feeling. I had a feeling.
Like, cause I walk around that 160, so like, taking 6 pounds off ain't nothing.
Well, why don't you try to go to 147?
Yeah, why not 147?
That's also another thing too. I mean, honestly, it's not that difficult. Put it that way. Like, I can probably lose 3 pounds in like a couple of hours if it really was
like Tank. Like Tank.
Really
He shook his head. I said first name Tank, and I said Tank.
Man, speaking of which, man, he is fighting tension for sure.
He is.
Yeah, man.
We're not bringing that up. I'm not I'm not talking about no exhibition fight. It's worthless.
He's really fighting tension.
I'm not.
Ain't nobody.
I'm not into. Huh? Hey, Alex Santos asked, "How tall are you, fool? Ain't you 6 foot?"
I'm 180. In UK words, they would say I'm 183 centimeters.
Okay, because he is from the UK. I forgot.
Yeah, in UK words, they would say 183 centimeters.
Yeah.
You know, when Manny cuts his weight, Mac, he cuts from about 168-ish down to 140.
Damn.
Really?
Well,
wait, who?
At the beginning of the camp, though?
Manny
At the
Lopez.
beginning of his camp?
At his heaviest.
God
before we
damn.
actually get in, he's about 165, 168 at the heaviest, and he gets down to 140.
I don't even feel bad no more.
That's what he starts at in the beginning of his camps, you say?
God damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why when you said 160 and then to 154, I'm like, that's easy. That's like
it's
you could get that in 2 hours.
Pretty much. I'm telling you.
Damn, he be 168 though? God damn.
Yep, I remember when I was working with Mike Alvarado. He would be about 173-ish, but he'd get all the way down to 140.
God damn.
Now that's tight right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's crazy too is that a lot of the MMA fighters that I know and a lot of them that I work with too.
Yeah.
Like they cut that kind of weight and that shit's crazy.
How do they do it? Do they?
Yeah.
Do it
how do they?
different?
Yeah. Word.
Do they do it any different?
Got me really interested.
Nothing is different. No, I mean the biggest thing is just water loading and eating the right foods and letting it drop off drastically. Like when we usually do it, like we'll have like a weight limit that I need them to be at like each week. Every Saturday we'll check the weight after sparring. You know, I need you down at least 3 to 5 pounds a week, depending on where you're at. You know, we still allow them to have a cheat day. That's still mandatory. That's definitely still mandatory. You know, and just like I said, it's just eating correctly and water though. If you can put down 2 gallons a day, you're solid. A gallon of water is what 8. It's like 8 pounds. So if you're water loading like that and still sweating, you could literally and you know how you float a pound or 2 when you sleep each night. or each basically nap you take, it comes off easy, man, and it's crazy. It's so crazy, but it comes off easy.
Yeah, that's crazy that they cut that much weight.
Yeah,
now,
I never.
yeah,
go ahead, Fuller.
Does that happen though? Like health wise, like cutting so much weight that quick, does that have like like, you know what I mean?
It's not. I don't think it's never really a mental thing, though. Like for example, when we took Savell Hassan down to 140 for the first time, he had always fought at 147. He fought at like 54 and 60s in the amateurs and stuff like that. Like when he started out his camp, and mind you, he's a clean freak. He eats clean like crazy, like regardless. So he started out his camp at about 160-ish, 160, 162. And he had never been to 40. But we took him down to 40 and he made it easy. He felt great. I mean, there was no big. I think the biggest thing was like after the weigh-ins, we went to Olive Garden at 8, and literally an hour later, he's like, I can see my face filling back in. He's like, I feel fucking great. Like, just imagine how much bigger you're gonna be than these dudes, you know. And I think that gave him more of a mental edge than anything. I mean, it was rough getting there. Those last 4 pounds were a bitch, but you know.
So Chris, let me ask you something. So you're like a nutritionist too, or you just a manager? You both? You a jack of all trades? Or?
I like to say
he coaches too. Yeah, he's in the ring coaching.
I train. Yeah, I also train my guys. I manage them.
But I'm saying you help them. But do you wouldn't consider yourself a nutritionist? You don't like tell them what to eat or point them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't make the meals.
Yeah, you don't make the meals. Yeah.
But like,
okay. Because I was about to say, damn, you damn near old fashioned trainer. You remember the old fashioned?
In all honesty, yeah.
And they coach you and all of that. I'm about to be like, damn, you done turned this to the 50s.
No, and I mean that's the way I like it. I mean, I don't want to be just managing and play in the background. Like I like to be in the trenches. Like I spar with my guys. I mean, I sit in the sauna with them. I cut the weight with them. Like majority of the time for most of Manny's fights, I've been with him his whole career. I'd say about 90% of the fights I've cut the weight with him every time. And I walk around at about 60, 65. So I cut to 140 every time.
Oh, that's real. That's real. I respect it. I respect that. You know what I mean? I respect that. I see the gloves back there, so I know you be doing something. I know you be getting something.
Do a little something.
I see you, champ. I see you.
All right.
Yeah. But I have a question for you, Chris. Why do you think Tyson Fury signed right now when they were in negotiations for the rematch, and that could have came after the negotiations were complete?
I can give you 80 million reasons why. Shit. What do you mean?
Yo, I didn't say that to you, Fooler, earlier. I said that too. I said 80 million.
And there, what I'm saying, it still would have been there afterward. That's what I'm saying. It would have been there after the rematch. That's
Fooler, I disagree.
Yeah, me too. I don't think it would have been there after the rematch.
Okay.
Well, that obviously depends on what happened. But
okay.
I mean, I think Fury. You got to remember he donated his purse from the last fight too. He didn't get paid.
He really did that though.
Yeah,
he really did that.
He did that for real. He did that for
real. Shit.
I mean, and not to mention, like he's a hot commodity right now. His name is huge. He's gonna make all that money back and some. And plus, they had already postponed the purse bid for that fight twice. You know, and Fury's trying to fight now. Like he's not trying to wait around. And he feels that he won the last fight, so he does feel like he is the A side. You know, if you want him, then you're gonna have to come to him now. And I completely agree with him. I mean, you see Joshua's, you know, starting to come over here to the U.S. now. He's fighting at MSG. You know, the only reason Hearn brought anything over was just to be able to get Joshua in the U.S. so he can get better fights and bigger names. But you know, the domino effect is falling, and now honestly, Fury's in the better spot than either of them. So if they really want that fight, then Fury's going to make him come to him, and he deserved it. So I think that's why he did it. And not to mention, Top Rank is, to me personally, I think Top Rank is running boxing right now again over any of the other promotions, because they got the most talent besides in the welterweight division. I mean, all they have is Crawford. You know, but anything else, majority of the divisions, I feel.
I ain't gonna lie, Chris. I don't think they running things, bro. I think that Fox deal with PBC, it messed up the whole game, bro. That promotion over there to ESPN ESPN got the name, but I don't think their promotion and their advertising is as strong as Fox, man. Yo, bro.
But you got this though. Let me say this. The difference to me, and I think me and Matt talked about this the last time. The difference to me is quality, and the quality of the matchups that Top Rank is putting on from top to bottom, like completely trumps anything that PBC is doing, or even Fox is doing on their end. You know, and this comes from that last card. I forget which card it was that we were talking about, Mac. When there was just a complete wash. Like the whole
that was right after that was right after Manny fight.
Yeah, that was it Caleb Plant, I believe.
No, it wasn't Caleb Plant. It wasn't Caleb Plant.
It wasn't that card. It was that other card, I think.
We talked about it, but no, it was before that.
Okay, yeah, I forget
because we were. But I will say this: that Vasil Lomachenko fight, I did not like those undercards at all.
No, you know what? No. I had a guy that fought on that undercard. It was a great fight. Abdul Ramirez. He knocked out Michael Perez in the 8th round.
I remember. But as far as the majority of those fights on the undercard, I didn't like it. And his fight was actually televised. I remember because I was trying to get my ESPN after work that day, and on the regular, they had his fight on regular TV before the two main event. I mean, the main and the co-main. What's up, Ellie J out of Australia? Welcome to the chat.
I just, like I said, they might not have been the best, but they were a lot better than what PBC was doing.
I will say this. Everybody's better than the Zone. The Zone been giving up straight garbage. I'm sick of that shit. The best card that's been on the Zone, period, was the Jaime Munguia card. And that was with Virgil Ortiz, and that was with Jesus Rojas and Zucan, and then Jaime. Other than that, every card they done put out has been complete garbage.
I haven't even downloaded the app yet.
You know what's sad?
I did.
You know what's sad about the cards? They're so long. The Zone cards be so many damn fights. And it's like, damn, you guys are making all these bum fights, man.
Well, Foolie, I will say this. It's not that it be so many fights. You got to look at it. Whenever it's a boxing event, it's fights from like 2 o'clock that day all the way up until the main event. So only difference is they just actually show you those fights instead of you actually being there to see it live.
Yeah, it's just
like, every fight that I go to, those fights be all day long. If you want to sit there, I'm not sitting there for all them damn fights. I get there about 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, there's too many fights.
Oh yeah. When we started out, like we would fight like the first or second fight on the card, and then we would literally just take off back to the hotel and hang out for a couple hours, and then go back with like say when we were fighting on Mike Alvarado's undercards. When he fought Juan Manuel Marquez, Manny was the first fight of the night. We went to the venue, fought, left, went back to the hotel, took a nap, got up and came back with Mike and the rest of the team. When we went back to the venue by then, and that was, I mean, mind you, that was 4 hours in between at least. So we still had time to take off and go back. Yeah, I definitely won't sit there and watch them other fights either. Nope.
Yeah, bro.
Nope. Not happening.
Yeah, I swear. I can't watch that. That's why I went to the Jaime Munguia fight late. I didn't want to see all those fights. I just wanted to see. I went to the fight right before Virgil Ortiz fought. Got to see that knockout. Watch Virgil Ortiz. Watch Jesus Rojas and watch Jaime. I didn't care about them other fights. I see them later.
Yeah, those fights be trash.
Not all the time. I have seen some good fights in those fights.
Yeah.
But those are those 4 and 6 rounders. But I don't, you know.
I mean, probably the zone card, I guess, was okay because there was the upset factor. Was that one with Machado? You know, that one with Machado was all right. You know, because there was the upset.
I actually like that fight.
Yeah.
Andrew Castano and Alberto Machado, yo, because my man had work on Monday. I respected that. My man whooped some ass on Saturday and had work. He deserved a day.
He went back to the construction site on Saturday.
Yo, he deserved to have a day off, bro.
But he didn't have a day off.
I guess because he had the regular strap. So if you would have won that, if you won that super belt, if you'd have won the super belt, they'd have at least had to give him 2 days off. I don't care.
He might not. He got the belt now. He might not even be fighting no more.
Yeah,
he ain't working no more.
I wouldn't put it past him in fighting though. He may say, you know what, I did a lifelong dream. Let me just go ahead and hang it up.
Picasso, are you a troll, man? I ain't paying no attention. I just so happen to look up and see you all in the comments. Don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't even feel like reading those comments. Ellie J said Canelo Jacobs should be a strong card. You're right, it should be, but I ain't making no promises and saying that it will because Canelo. I mean, yeah, not Canelo. Who was that last fight? That last big championship fight they had on there. That was a nice fight. It should be, but I ain't gonna say it is.
Yeah, we never know, especially with Oscar.
I know they're gonna have Ryan Garcia fighting the bum. That shit pisses me off.
Yeah, they are. You already knew that.
Chris, what do you think about the way they're handling Ryan Garcia right now?
I don't mind it, honestly. I mean, he's still a kid.
He is, but he's steady running his mouth. He won't.
Exactly.
But we're paying attention, so it's working. So he's gonna keep doing it. I don't mind it because he's still a kid. You know, I mean, I feel regardless of how long it takes or whenever he steps up, I think he's gonna lose still. But he's just maximizing his dollars and stuff the best he can right now. I mean,
he's getting paid.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I mean, like that whole Floyd thing, Floyd and Tank thing that I read about the other day. Floyd offered him like $200,000 or something like that, and Brian's like, no, but I'll take $1 million instead. Like,
smart. Yeah, that was the fight rolling. But that was to get shot at Tank.
Yeah.
All right, Rolex.
Rolling came out today and made a comment. I was watching that earlier.
I think Ryan will beat him.
I think Rolex would stop Ryan.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I don't know. Experience wise, Ryan got more experience, but Rolly is a good ass fighter, man.
I would favor Rolex.
You gotta be a dog to beat Ryan Garcia. Like you have to be a pressure fighter, and you just have to throw a million punches. Otherwise, he'll find a way to get out, hold, and dance all day. And
when he was getting pressure, not the last fighter, not that little dirty luchador he was fighting. I can't even think of that dude's name. That's the lavender luchador. I'm trying to think of that dude's name.
I don't even know that guy's
name. I watched it was the one he fought on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
What's his damn name?
See, but like I said, Ro's not that kind of fighter, though. Ro's not that kind of fighter.
Yeah, the Carlos Morales is good.
That's why I said Ryan to beat him.
Yeah, but Ro's not that type of pressure fighter, but Rolly actually he's how can I say it? Not so much as a counter puncher, but he's a He's an aggressive fighter with speed. The way he comes forward, he's a come forward type fighter, not pressure. Like he can be pushed backwards.
But y'all have to keep in mind too that Ryan's tall. He's real lanky.
Yeah, about the same height.
And he's still a kid.
Yeah.
He's got youth on his side.
Proper. Yeah, you say it right there. He's a boxer puncher. That's exactly what he is, right there. That's what Rolex is.
Rolex?
Yeah.
Rolex is a boxer puncher? Yeah.
They say Reggie Owens said Rolly is billed as a knockout artist. Right now, yeah, that's how they bringing him up. I don't think when he started fighting higher competition that I got to see if that power still gonna exist. He got some nice power in that left hand though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That last dude he knocked out. Shit. You heard of Devin Lee out of California?
No, I haven't heard of him.
You heard of Maurice Lee though, right? The one that signed with TMT.
Yeah, Maurice Lee,
his little brother, Devin.
Maurice is a sissy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. Yeah, Devin is the best one out of all the Lee boys. Devin is the best one, and Devin is a knockout. He's 6-0 with 6 KOs, all first round knockouts, and he's been calling out Ryan too. They actually got the same manager. He's been trying to get me to help him push it too. I actually think he has I think he got a better chance to roll it.
Yeah, but the manager would be stupid to do that.
Yeah,
I still think Rolex would give it to Ryan though, because the thing is what would happen, I think though, is like Rolex would like start he would put it to him early, you know, and then I think because with Ryan, unfortunately he doesn't increase in the later rounds. He doesn't get more, I want to say more.
He doesn't get stronger. He doesn't get stronger as the fight. And I agree with you on that. From a fighter,
y'all gotta look. Ryan ain't had none, but he haven't had a 12-round fight yet. He still only had 8 and 10 rounders.
Yeah.
And do keep in mind too that if it does go to a decision, you know who's getting the decision.
Yeah. I'm with Chris on that. I agree.
Good point.
I agree.
Very good point.
Them scorecards be already made up with Golden Boy.
You damn right.
Good point.
It was just be 112, 116 on God and them.
Good point.
On God, man.
Hey, facts. I can't even knock you.
I forgot about that. Good looks. You reminded us.
You gotta beat your opponent, the ref, and the judges. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And the commentators.
It's either gonna be a stoppage or a no win.
Exactly.
If you let Malignaggi call it.
Because that unfortunately, that's the way this sport is. It's real crooked, ugly.
Hey, has y'all found? Did y'all get anything set up for Seville, man? Still not.
Yeah. No, nothing.
Damn, man. It's been almost a year now.
He's kind of MIA right now, so we'll get into that later.
Huh?
I said he's kind of MIA right now, but we'll get into that later.
All right. Damn. Yeah, because I haven't been seeing him post either. Yeah. Okay, I understand. So yeah. Damn.
I've been trying to get Manny on for April 20th. Again, I was still trying Ryan Carl, but to no avail. I mean, the kids still don't want to take the fight. So I've also been trying on the Top Rank card too, but there's nothing available on that card at 140 for him. So, but I'm still working. I'm trying to get him on one of them. Adrian's been trying to work it too. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. I mean, we're training for it. We're in the middle of a camp right now. We're training for it, but we'll see if something comes about.
I hope so. I would like to. I want to see Manny come back after that loss. I want to see. He got to come back.
Has to, and he will. He will, man. I think honestly, unbiased opinion, I feel that was probably one of the best things that could have happened to him. You know, it almost woke him up in a sense. You know, I mean, everything else on like in life was going on for him and going good. So I think he kind of felt that transitioning would have transitioned into the ring, and I think that was a reminder that hey, it's not like you have to still dedicate yourself 1,000% in order to pull something like we tried to pull off. So I think it'll end up being a blessing in disguise at the end of the day. So yeah, but we just gotta wait and see.
All right. And Prophet HD, we talking about Manuel Manny Lopez. Yeah, man, he'll be back. I know he will. He's getting married too, so tell him I said congratulations.
I will. That's not till next year. So
I know. I just seen right after that fight where he proposed, and I was like, yeah. Salute.
Yeah, damn right. That means I gotta go to Mexico now.
Oh, they having a wedding in Mexico?
Yeah, it's a destination wedding in Mexico, summer of 2020.
Oh shit.
So, and I've never been out the country, so that's gonna be it'll be my second time now because I had another wedding in Mexico in October.
So, shit.
Yeah.
You got your passport ready?
Everybody doing destination weddings, man. What happened to just old-fashioned church in a hall?
Man, look, I ain't doing. If I ever get married, and that's a big if. But if I ever get married, ain't no destination. We're gonna sign these papers. We're gonna find us one of these people that can come to your house. Don't need all this. Just need a witness, and I'm good. We can go spend the rest of the money on the honeymoon.
Fair enough.
I ain't finna waste no bunch of money for no wedding. Because it used to be where the dad used to pay for the wedding, or your bride's dad. That ain't happening anymore.
No.
I was gonna say negative.
Exactly. So, yeah.
You gotta put a refinance on your house, get a loan, borrow
and
from your homie just to fucking have a wedding these days.
And I'm working on buying a house as we speak.
See?
Hell no.
Nope. Hey, did you got what do you think of Lopez?
Which Lopez?
Teofimo. I was about to say, I know he's talking about Teofimo.
That's my guy.
I'll tell you what I think.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I've been saying it since he was 4-0 that he was gonna be the next big thing smoker. I said it. At 135, I didn't think he was gonna stay at 135 like he did. I thought he was gonna move up.
Nah, he said that he's going in the interview. He said he want to move up. He said after he.
I'm talking about
young too.
Huh? Go back when he was about 4-0 and look at his size, and it looked like he was too big to be in the ring at 135. I thought he was gonna move up around that time because a lot of time your fighters, that's when you find the weight class you kind of want to stay at. He was huge at 135 then.
He admitted it though in his latest interview. He admitted it. He said he want to grab the WBC if that's available, so he could bring bargaining chips, which is smart, to the table for Vasalo Lomachenko, the speed, the angles, the combination punching that y'all be talking about. And he said that he wants to fight Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko is slightly on a decline. I think it's the perfect time for Teofimo to do it. And especially with all of this Tank and Lomachenko talk, yo, man, go for it. Because that's going to make Tank be like, damn, yo, I let that shit pass me by, especially if Teofimo beats him now. A lot of people saying it's too soon. I don't think so, man. I think he'd be, yeah, I'm with you. I can't disagree with that. I think you need, go ahead, Chris, go ahead.
I think it's too soon.
You ain't the only one that said that.
I mean, but it's not like it's like way too soon. I think early 2020 is perfect timing. You gotta remember he's fighting again on April 20th at MSG, so he'll probably fight then, and he'll have one more fight by the end of the year, and then beginning of 2020, I think that's when it should happen. Because by that time, the fight at the end of the year could be for the WBC title that Mikey's gonna have to either be stripped of or vacate, because he's not going back down to 135.
No.
After this fight with Spence, he's not going back to 135.
How do you feel about that fight, real quick, Chris?
Hold on, real quick. We're gonna come back to that. Chris, check this out. Only reason I'm mentioning that because I'm finna say this is exactly what I said on one of the episodes of this show. I said Teofimo is ready for the big lights, but I need him to take 2 step-up fights before he fight Loma. I literally said that. Only thing I said that I hate when people say a fighter is not ready, because Lomachenko has literally only had 13 professional fights. Teofimo had 11 professional fights. They are not too far away from each other. The only difference is the competition that Vasil has fought compared to Teofimo. But as far as a fighter wise, I think they're ready. I just think he needs a step up fight to put him in position to be ready to fight that kind of opportunity. That's it.
So can I ask you, Mac, who would be the step up fight at 35?
I told you, Anthony. I told you that day.
Man.
You gotta understand. You think about this, bro. Look at the level.
Out.
I'm not saying he won't do it, but that's a major step up compared to where he is.
I don't think that's gonna do anything for him. I'm just being honest with you. Corolla has a tendency of being a punching bag. You know what I mean? When he becomes complacent and he feels like he's not winning the fight. I've seen it a million times with this guy.
Well, the only other person I was thinking was either Robert Easter or Luke Campbell, or I wouldn't say Javier Fortuna, but we know he likes to fall out of rings and shit. So I don't care about that fight. I really, y'all know I don't like that dude.
I know.
Listen,
or Jorge Linares.
I'm gonna give you a name right now that I really feel that as long as he fights for that WBC title later towards the end of the year, that this is who he's going to fight, and this will be a great step up fight for him. As long as this dude wins his fight, I think he fights in March. Hank Lundy.
Hank Lundy fight at 35 still?
Yes.
I thought he fought at 40.
No, he fought Crawford at 40, but he fights.
Okay.
Else is pretty much at 35. He still fights at 35.
Oh, that's he'll win that.
So, and I say this because he's in real good with the WBC. He's back ranked at 135 again, and Mauricio Suleiman, who I got a good relationship with, and Hank got a good relationship with, and I got a good relationship with Hank. Hank's a good dude. He's been practically campaigning for that WBC title shot. He's been on a nice little winning streak. He just won some form of a WBC title his last fight, I believe. So I mean, if it's a vacant title, then and he's a free agent. He's not signed with any promotion, so he can go wherever he wants to go.
Yeah.
So if they lock that up, I mean, him and Lopez at the end of the year for the WBC title, I mean, that would be a great fight for Lopez. Hank's still fast, he's still sharp, he's still strong, and he's got an attitude and a swagger about him, and he's going to bring it to the kid. So we'll see.
Prophet HD said he's not a Loma fan, but he said he thinks Teofimo should fight Comey, and he said Linares is a good option too. What's up with the Capadonna 24?
I mean, there's definitely good options. That's just
I ain't gonna lie. I think that would be a good step up fight for him to grab that belt. To grab that belt at the IBF, but I think that fight with Loma, I heard, is pretty much locked in. It's just homeboy got to get his hand, you know what I mean, healed up. I think he hurt his thumb or something like that.
Who's that?
Richard Comey. That's why the fight, because they already had scheduled the fight with Lomachenko at sometime in April or June or something like that. But you know, his hand had got messed up after the last fight.
Yes. You're right. I did hear that. So they have to get that slot to somebody else.
Yeah. So that's why he's fighting Anthony Corolla, who Mac is talking about.
I just mentioned Anthony Corolla because Anthony Corolla is ranked number 1 in the WBA. He's high ranked. He's at a high level.
You're talking about a dude got schooled by Jorge Linares twice. My man Jorge Linares.
We can name a whole bunch of people that got schooled by Jorge Linares too.
You ain't lying.
Okay, then. So you can't just sit there and just the styles make fights. So you can't sit there and say that one particular fight.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Teofimo knocks Anthony Corolla out in devastating fashion.
I think Teofimo knocks him
Devastating.
for 135 out in devastating fashion.
Let my man grab the strap, fight Loma, get the big fight, and move up to 40. I think that is a nice storytell ending at 35. I think it is.
I would love to see him go. I just want to see him go ahead and go to 140. I want to see him fight somebody. I want to see. That would be a beautiful fight to see him fight Regis or Josh Taylor. I think that's. Oh, and well, no, fuck that. I don't want him to fight Burchett. Stay away from that dude. Stay away from that dude.
What's his name? The WBC champion 140 Ramirez. He's got to stay away from everybody because that dude.
Yeah. Hey, you remember we was talking about that one day? We was talking about that. At first we said Maurice Hooker, but he actually showed us something. Ramirez, I think he's done as far as being a champion because as soon as he fights somebody of
I never thought he was good. I'm not gonna lie. I think Maurice Hooker need to unify with him.
Maurice Hooker beats him up.
Yeah,
it's not even. It's easy. That's easy work.
Whoever he fights, as long as they can take a body shot, they got a real good chance of winning. He's definitely got a devastating left hook to the body. It's fucking ridiculous. But he's on the decline. I think the biggest mistake he made was leaving Freddie Roach and going over to Robert Garcia.
Oh, you think that was a bad move?
I do. I really do. Look at Garcia's track record. Garcia only has one claim to fame from somebody he's brought up and made a champion, and that's Mikey. But Mikey's special. Brandon Rios, I mean, he was just a tough guy. Maidana was already made when he got there. A couple of those Russians were already made by the time he got them. And they all fight the exact same way. They come with a different style, but they'll all end up fighting the exact same way. It just doesn't work. And I think Ramirez was still young, but he could have learned a lot from Freddie. He could have learned a lot from Pacquiao, Cotto, who was over there, amongst other guys that still go over there. But I just think he made a mistake by going to Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia fighters are entitled.
The only thing, but this is what I say. I agree and don't at the same time. Freddie Roach is not a good trainer to me. Freddie Roach what he does is he go in and he takes already made fighters and just ride their coattails. That's how I feel.
Those already made fighters go run to him. First off, second,
I ain't saying
as far as a trainer. I think Freddie Roach is I think he's a great boxing mind. He don't have the ability to be a quote unquote trainer anymore, but he's a great boxing mind. I mean, he gave how many world titles does that dude have? Even some of these fighters that came to him before they won world titles, and he still took them to a world title. It's been quite a few. I mean, it's not his fault that all these fighters continue to go to him.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like Robert. I mean, technically, I don't blame Robert for getting all of these fighters to go over, but I just don't feel Robert's a good trainer.
At least Robert is not Abel Sanchez.
We ain't even going to talk about. We ain't even going to talk about that. That's a tutorial for CTE. Every time.
Oh shit! Okay, I got a question for you, Chris, because I know we didn't all talked about this, but I want to get your take. What do you think the outcome of Mikey Earl is going to be on what round?
I honestly think it'll be a unanimous decision for Spence. I don't think he's going to finish Mikey. Mikey's a special fighter, I feel, but he just stepped out of his zone right now a little too much. He went too heavy. He'll still be competitive for a little while, but I mean, I still think Spence will land the bigger shots, the heavier shots, and he'll control the fight for over the 12 rounds and win a unanimous decision. Don't be surprised if you don't stop him. I'm telling you guys right now.
What if he does stop him?
I won't be
Would you be
surprised.
surprised? No, not you, Mac. I know you. I'm talking about Chris.
Yes, I would be surprised.
Okay.
Mikey's tough, and regardless of what he's done, was that he put this weight on, and he did everything the right way. He took a long time to build weight and to build muscle up correctly. I see UFC fighters do this all the time when they transfer weight classes. Some of the smart ones take their time and they do this correctly. So, he's going to carry his boxing skill up. He's going to carry a little bit of pop. But again, I feel against 75 to 80% of the other welterweights, like anything he carries over, he could beat him. But Spence is different because Spence is special as well, and Spence is fucking huge.
Yes, he is.
He is, and I know Mac. I know that's your guy, but yeah, he I would be so. But yeah, sorry to get back to your question. I'd be very surprised if he stopped Mikey.
Only reason I don't think he's going to go to 12 because Spence hasn't had a fight go to 12 yet.
Okay, but who has he fought that's been worth it? One guy.
Lamar Peterson was worth it, but Lamar Peterson just wasn't on the level. Because if Lamar Peterson fought
for years,
but if he'd have fought anybody else, it wouldn't have been that bad. If he'd have fought Keith Thurman wouldn't have done him like that.
I don't even think he finishes Thurman. That goes to a decision as well.
Shit, I believe you see how Thurman got by Josecito? Shit,
that's why.
Wait, Chris. Let me ask. Chris, I got a question.
And let him finish that comment real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he fought Josecito, though. I mean, he had been off for 2.5 years. That's why he took a fight like that. He's not gonna go in there and be that rusty the next time around, as long as he stays active this time.
And Algieri before Algieri wasn't no punk. When he met Earl Spence, that was a different story.
Yeah.
But he's fought names. Chris Algieri was the man.
I don't care. He took a beating from. I don't care. I thought Ruslan Provodnikov won that fight, man. You ain't beating no Russian that eat human meat, man. I'm sorry, man. That man ate human meat, man. You know he won that fight. But anyway, what I was going to ask you, though, Chris, do you think Mikey would have been able to deal with Kell Brook? Keep it real. Be honest. Sometimes you got
to deal with Kell Brook. Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
All right.
See, like I said,
who you think win the fight though? You say you could deal with him, but who you think win the fight?
I think Mikey wins that fight. Mikey's like I told y'all.
No, Mikey is a special fighter. I agree with you.
Mikey's a rare special talent. And
no, this is my favorite. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, but I really feel he is, and I mean, there's only going to be maybe a handful of guys that can beat Mikey at anywhere from 35 to 47.
I'm not saying it was going to be easy, but I still think Kell Brook edged it out because of the way that Kell Brook fights. Kell Brook is a dirty fighter. Kell Brook's a dirty fighter. He's a solid boxer, but Kell Brook is a dirty fighter.
So you don't think Mikey quit in that Salido fight?
Think about this.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't think that Kell Brook is more physical? I gotta keep it real. Like Kell Brook probably scared me. Like the way he fought Earl, I was like, God damn, this motherfucker's stronger than I thought.
Kell Brook reminds me of smaller, a low budget, smaller version of Bernard Hopkins. That's why I said low.
He doesn't stay in your chest as much, but I agree.
Exactly.
And not to mention though,
and he's not as technical either.
Kell Brook's not the same. Kell Brook's not the same fighter, and the same guy that fought Sean Porter and beat Sean Porter, and he never will be. I think Earl ruined him.
Yeah, I think Earl ruins every fighter that he fights. That's my thing.
I mean, he ruined one fighter who was worth a damn when he fought him.
So if he ruined Mikey, I'm just telling y'all, if
he ruined Bundu too.
He hold on, say that one more time.
He said
ruined one dude.
Leonard Bondo, the Italian.
He ruined that dude.
Who?
He said, "You remember?" He said, "Who?" Now, Leonard Bondo was an awkward fighter. You know, yeah, I agree. Look, man, Keith Thurman couldn't even finish him.
Could knock him out.
He could not finish him. He dropped him, but he couldn't finish him.
Yeah.
Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's overrated to me.
What about Phil LaGreca?
Who?
Nah, he said, nah, I'm with you with that. I'm gonna say who with that too, man. God, Phil LaGreco got. Oh
I
man,
I get that's your guy and everything, but let's just keep it real here. He's only really beat one person of who was at the top of their game at some point, and that was Brooke. And anybody after Brooke, I can't blame him because nobody wants to fight him. That's why Mikey deserves so much credit because this dude's like, I'll go fight this dude.
We do praise him. We do praise him a lot.
You know?
I always actually before I even mention it, I always say, yo, and I gotta give credit to Mikey. I try to always keep that in the back of my mind, but I just don't want that to be one of those things to where if Earl stops him in devastating fashion, I want him to still get the most credit, especially from dudes who are boxing knowledge.
He won't. Just because
I'm talking about dudes like you though, Chris.
Oh no, yeah, he will for he already gets credit. I mean, he's the number 2 pound for pound.
No, but I'm saying if he stops Mikey.
Oh, he will. Yeah, definitely for me.
Okay,
definitely for me because that's a big feat to me because I'm a huge Mikey fan. But I mean, like from writers, from damn near anybody else, like they won't give him that credit. He won't get the credit. He'll get chastised more for it than anything. Almost like Floyd does when he fights certain fighters.
Why did you take the fight? That's basically, you knew you would beat this dude. That's basically how you're going to see that day.
And my answer is because there's literally only 2 people that would step up and fight me.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey's one of them, and the other one's Crawford.
And
nobody else wants to fight him.
He came out and said that he will be fighting Crawford this year. He said this year.
Won't happen this year.
I don't know. It's going to be hard, but I think it can happen. It's just it's Bob Arum is the one that's in the way.
He just got to come over if he wants to come over and fight on ESPN, they can make it happen. But I don't think that they'll allow him to do so.
I don't either.
They won't fight till 2020 though. I think summer of next year is when it happens, if it happens. I mean, Crawford's going to go on Fight Con. Then, I mean, he could potentially end up fighting Ramirez because Ramirez was already talking about moving up to take that fight. I mean, so, that's an easy fight for Top Rank to make. So why wouldn't they? And I think Spence will end up fighting somebody like Porter or.
I don't think he's going to fight Porter. Porter is
Pacquiao or Pacquiao or somebody like that.
He is going to fight Pacquiao, but I don't think he's going to fight Porter. Pacquiao is his next fight. I think Pacquiao
and Thurman are fighting next.
He'll
fight the winner.
I think right now, from what I've heard, and it could be a false, but I heard that they're working on Thurman and Broner, and they're working on Pacquiao. Pacquiao wants the winner of Mikey and Earl. That's what Pacquiao said. That's why I don't think Pacquiao is going to fight Keith. He wants the winner of Mikey and Earl.
Listen, I'm not watching no fucking Pacquiao, no Broner and Thurman fight.
I don't know anybody that would, but as far as casuals go, that would probably be a big fight to casual fans.
And what did I tell you about Broner?
I told you I wasn't picking Broner.
No, but I told you every conversation we had, it was, but if Broner does this, if. I told you ain't no ifs. He's not gonna fucking do it.
Hey, but you could ask them on the panel. Do I even like talking about Broner?
Nope.
I hate even bringing a dude his name.
Fuller, you still there? I'm talking about Fuller. Fuller, you still there? Oh,
you got a case.
Fuller done went to sleep.
What's up with Elias Dawkins P in the building?
He got the mute button on.
Man, But yeah, I don't even like bringing up Broner, man. He gets on my goddamn nerves. Period. Because he stay in some shit. Like literally, stay in some shit. And then we supposed to respect him as a fighter, and he won't even let his hands go. And I get tired of saying if. Because as a matter of fact, it was literally after that conversation I got to thinking. I'm like, you know what? All I ever say is if. I'm tired of saying if. Because it's never gonna happen. Because if it had happened, it would have happened by now.
Exactly. We've already got the best we're gonna get from that guy, and we would never get a penny from me ever again.
And I hate to say it, to be so goddamn talented, man. The dude is a special fighter, but won't even use his fucking abilities.
Yeah, it definitely probably the biggest waste of talent that I've seen in the sport in probably ever.
Agreed.
What did you watch the fights this weekend?
No, I actually didn't. I left.
He disrespected Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz landed some good body punches.
Man,
He
it was my
slid to
little
that
mom's
body.
There
birthday.
was a couple cards this weekend. Hey, shout out to my little cousin Sean Mondragon. He made his pro debut on the Santa Cruz undercard and got a second round stoppage.
Okay.
So shout out to little cuz. He doing his thing.
Shout out
Finally
to
Yo,
shout out.
he's been on the Olympic team for the past 4 years. Ranked ranked number 4. I believe it was at 26.
Oh, that's where he fight at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's 23. It's 23 in the
20. Well,
yeah, it's 23 in the amateur.
Okay.
I know you used to the pro game.
now?
I know. No. I know you used to the pro game, so I can't knock you fucking pros. So,
but so you did you catch little Joshua Greer?
No,
yeah.
I was
Yo,
supposed to interview Josh Green.
I like him, man. I
was
like
supposed to interview him.
Kid. I met him in Chicago in camp with when I was with Adrian Granados.
No, I didn't. The only reason I didn't get to see the fights because, like I said, it was my little mama birthday. I had to go on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Listen, that little motherfucker's tough, man. He's talented. And
Yeah, for real.
For an 18-pounder to punch the way he does too.
I like how he always has them pillows. Where he be getting them pillows designed at, man?
I like that.
Pillows designed at, man.
The dude's name.
Matter of fact, he just fought He just fought about 2 months ago. He fought at the beginning of the year.
No, he fought the same night as Manny.
That's right.
In Corpus.
That's right.
And then he
I knew it was.
Oh, so you from Chicago, Chris?
Yeah. No. I'm not. Adrian Granados. Adrian's one of my best friends. Like.
Oh, okay.
So he asked me to come out and help him with the camp for Adrian Broner.
Oh, okay.
I spent 6 weeks out there, and that's how I met little Josh. Little Josh and Nate Gallimore were his teammates at the time. They both left, went out to California. But that's how I met them. That's how I met little Josh and stuff. So I love Chicago though, man. If I was to move anywhere, that's where I'd go, to Chicago.
That's because y'all can deal with that cold. I can't.
I can't, man. I can't deal with the cold. But I just love Chicago.
Oh, shit. This dude said Danny Garcia would hurt Mikey. Man,
I ain't gonna fight. I got Mikey in that fight.
I got Mikey in there. Danny Garcia would get beat the hell up.
Danny Garcia would get beat the hell up on April 20th.
He is too damn stiff, man. He fights like a mummy.
The only thing I give Danny though, he got good eyes, man. I see what Keith Thurman was saying, that he got good eyes. He is able to time you like that. I forgot what round it was. He timed Sean Porter beautifully with a left hook.
That was the third round.
Third round. And you see how Steve Wilkins' face looked?
Yeah. And did you see what happened? Sean bounced back and jumped right back in his chest.
Of course, man. I had to fight. I'm just giving Danny credit for something. I know you hate Danny Garcia, so let me not even.
You know what? Only reason because I used to like him, but when he started doing that punk shit,
I did too.
That shit irritated my soul. He did a lot of punk shit. He did too. And I'm not even just talking about Earl. He ran. Danny Garcia been running for a lot of people. Period.
You know what Danny? Yeah. Well, you know what I was saying before you go. You know what Danny does? He like fights like one good person, and then he is like a bunch of Ubers, then one good person, then a bunch of that was his pattern, so that he could get away with it.
He's he's still trying to employ that same strategy by fighting Adrian, but he gonna
I hope Adrian.
quick.
Oh man, I'm rooting for Adrian.
But listen, that fight, it's gonna be a good fight because Adrian's always there to get hit, and he will get hit. But the difference between Adrian and a lot of these other guys that he's already fought to is that he can take your best punch, whether you drop him or not. He's still gonna get up and still keep coming. Ask him, Mary Mom.
Omega Red, you one of my loyal listeners, man. I know you didn't just say no. That did not just come. You didn't just type it.
Say what he said.
I don't know if I want it, man. He said Danny Garcia beats everybody under 168. That's got to be a joke.
I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. He didn't say that.
Kick him.
Gotta be a joke.
Kick him off
because he put LOL behind it. I'm just saying that's gotta be a joke.
It better be a joke.
Cause he got to make it through Granados. I ain't gonna lie. What made me respect Granados is that Amiri Mom fight. And
look, even Young Bird Cut Man said Danny might lose to Teofimo. In my opinion, I know he might. Teofimo will knock his ass out. That'll be the first time Danny get knocked out.
I like the fact, Chris. I like the fact that your boy, he's a real fighter. He don't ever think he lost the fight. I like that about him. You know, Granados must have said it every fight he had. It didn't matter if it's short order, Adrian Broder, you didn't win the fight, man.
Hey, that Sean, I mean,
that he does have. Like me personally, I would take away every one of them and give him a W, but 2 of those fights.
Which one? Which ones was those? That's a good point. I want to hear.
He lost to Sean Porter. I mean, and I believe if he would have started the fight, the first half of the fight, the way he fought the second half of the fight, he would have won. Sean did a lot of running in the second half of the fight and started getting
Adrian Broner did too. Adrian Broner did too.
Notice that they both hurt their hands, I think, after fighting Granados. Damn, Granados hard ass hand. He got a hard ass head, bro.
So, and the other fight was maybe Frankie Gomez.
Oh, Frankie Gomez. I watched part of that fight. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Frankie Gomez, but
what about the Felix Diaz fight?
The what?
Felix Diaz.
He won that fight.
I know he did. That's what I'm saying.
Christ.
No, he's saying no, but he was saying fights that he felt like
that he lost. That he did lose.
His opinion.
Oh, I thought you said that. I was going to say he beat Felix Diaz.
Yeah, he beat Felix Diaz. I mean, the draw he had with Kermit Cintron was a fucking joke.
I still think they should have gave that Javier Fortuna fight, but the 4th round didn't end. I hate that rule. That was
another shit.
He was on the way. He was going to win that. He was going to win.
Yeah.
And Fortuna hit him with everything he had in a couple rounds. It was like, fuck, he's still coming? No.
Yeah, that's one thing I can say about him, man. Oh, man, that motherfucker is tough, bro.
Every time they show fucking highlights, they just show Javier Fortuna's good highlights. Where they don't show when his ass was stuck in that corner getting his ass beat the fuck up.
And then like he couldn't get out of there, he's like, let me pull out this damn.
He's a throwback, man, and I think and I think that's why a lot of people are still so attracted to him. He's not a fighter you see a lot of anymore. He's a throwback. He's just like nuts and guts, balls to the walls. It's harder. You're either gonna kill me or I'm gonna try to kill you, and I think that's what we don't get a lot of, and I think that's why a lot of people even like Adrian now. That's why he's still relevant. That's why he's still getting main event fights and still main eventing cards and stuff like that, is because of his style. I still want to see him and Regis Progress. I would still love to see that fight.
I don't think Adrian gonna move back down to 140 though. I think he should stay at 147.
No, the only reason he's at 147 is because he can't get fights at 140. Nobody at 40 will fight him.
Yes.
The Regis will fight him. but DeBella won't let that fight happen.
Yeah, and then Regis talking about moving up to 147 after this series, and after this series, and he gets a title shot, he's talking about moving up.
I mean,
Because he wants Terrence Crawford back. He's been calling Terrence Crawford out for a long ass time.
Listen, Regis will get his ass torn up.
I ain't saying he won't. I'm not saying he won't, but he wants that smoke. I'm not mad at him for calling out Terrence. I think Terrence beat him too, but for the simple fact for him to even be calling him out and been calling him out for a couple years now, I respect him for that.
He just needs to go get his belt at 140, which he does deserve. And honestly, he could potentially even unify titles at 140, to be honest.
Only person I think even has a chance of beating at 140 right now, the only person I think they can beat him is Josh Taylor. That's it. And I don't think Josh Taylor beat him.
That's going to be a good fight. As long
I'm
as
not saying he can't. Yeah. Josh Taylor got to get past Baranchik first.
I think he will. He will.
God
damn,
Baranchik.
Dude, he is hard as fuck.
Yo,
he's
for real.
Pit bull, for real. But I think
I think Gidget still got an extra forehead. Shit, I'm telling you.
God. Yo, bro. I ain't even gonna front. That shit wasn't even funny, bro. I watched that shit with my girlfriend. Yo, my girlfriend was like, yo, you better not ever let that happen to you. I was like, I'll move my head. You know that. So
God damn. Fucking pit bulls like that too.
Them be the little motherfuckers that don't nobody really be knowing nothing about. Like that's a real life. That's a Drago in real life. Like,
really is, he said that's a Drago in real life.
That's a Drago in real life.
I would like to see him hit them things that they be hitting at that little studio where they measure your power.
Yeah.
Saying like, you know what I mean? I would like to see him hit that shit. I want to see what his shit read.
And he really only has one punch too. So if you can ultimately nullify,
agreed.
I mean, so, but yeah, but either way, Taylor's a southpaw, so I think Taylor's slick enough to get past him.
But Chris, my thing is this:
I will say this: Taylor do got some power though.
He got decent power and he could box and he could move. He moved beautifully. I favor Josh Taylor in the fight, but my thing is this: Baranchik is one of them type of dudes where you gotta have laser focus from round 1 to round 12. You fuck around and lose your concentration. Listen, you might be unconscious somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Remember how Jigglypuff used to sing? You know what I mean? You're gonna be sleeping somewhere, bro.
He's like he's like Rus. He reminds me of Ruslan Provodnikov a lot.
Damn, that's a perfect. I ain't even think.
I don't think he ate. Listen now, don't give him too much credit, Chris. That motherfucker ain't eating no human meat. He ain't real. He ain't real like Ruslan.
Listen,
Ruslan gives you temporary CTE for a day.
Ask Tim, right?
Exactly. He make you stutter.
Listen, but Ruslan might have been one of the most like humble guys I've ever met in my life, though. Too.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah, because he fought Mike Alvarado here in Denver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Manny fought on that undercard too and stuff. But yeah, and listen, Ruslan was so fucking cool. Like we did some sneak shit though. So I was talking to this girl at the time. I don't know if I should even say this. So
hey, somebody might be watching this, man.
I'm not sharing this video. Man Cave videos don't get shared. Just the boxing conversations.
So he was training here in Denver at this gym, at the gym that we are now at. So I knew somebody who was there, somebody who knew somebody who was sparring him. So I just happened to go down there and be like, hey, I'm just coming to watch sparring. Like, they didn't know that I was there with you know, that I basically went back and reported to Mike at the time and the rest of the team. So I went and watched him spar, watched him do his thing, and when you see him sparring, he looks amateurish and really beatable. The guy that was in there sparring him was whooping Ruslan's ass, just dogging him out. But then, like, that's not the same guy that you see in the ring. He's like a completely different fucking animal. Like, he's not the same person sparring. And his one of his handlers had said to me, they said that Ruslan's scared to turn it on in the gym because of what he'll do to these lower level sparring partners. I was like, I get it. So no wonder why he's in there taking ass whoopings and stuff. But then you just see a completely different animal in the ring, and he's like that period too, man. Like, as soon as the fight's like over, like, he's goes back to just being so humble and so nice and so like caring, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. But dude is dude's an animal. We were talking to Tim about it too. Tim's like, he's like, my wife like cried and begged to me to retire after that fight. She's like, I don't ever want you to fight him or anybody like him ever again. It's just like, damn.
Come on, man. That's listen, yeah. Word.
But
I go for it. Listen, I watched that.
Man, fighters, I'm telling you, I don't want. That's Baron check fighters like them. I think
you would have ducked. You would have ducked, Mac. You would have ducked. Keep it real.
I ain't ducking nobody. But
I did. Listen. I'll tell you.
I'm gonna tell you like this
right now. I'll tell you right now. I did.
You know when your coach is in your ear and they tell you, I don't think you should take that fight right now. I'm gonna listen to my coach because I've seen this dude, seen what he can do. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna catch him in a year or two. Let me tighten up.
All right. As long as you come back. As long as you come back. As long as you come back. I'll accept that.
I took I said no to a fight with him already.
Yeah.
I want to say about 2 years ago, they asked to fight him in Oklahoma. I was like, nope.
Men?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I said, nope. Not now.
Damn.
So.
Nah, man. He's a tough dude, man. I don't blame you. You know what I mean? At least when you get prepped and seasoned, you got to be prepped and seasoned for that type of dude, man.
Yeah, you got it. Hey, did you see what I sent you earlier?
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me ask you, but I hold on. I didn't fully get he wanted to spar you?
No, what it was is they had dropped the all right, did y'all see that video of Drake doing pad work?
Yeah.
Well, I made a comment on the video because this that was that dude's favorite rapper or whatever. I said he looks slow. I said hand speed slow as shit. I said pad work can make anybody look good. I said I want to see him work the speed bag, heavy bag, and then get in the ring and spar with somebody. Dude didn't like what I said, so he said, drop your location real quick. I want to see something. And I told him, well, shit, I'm in Houston. What's up? I said, tell you what, I box at the gym on West Little York and Barker Cypress and Katy. He said, oh, you for real? Now, he said, hey, disregard my last comment. Because I told him he can meet me and we can spar. He didn't say nothing else after that.
I didn't see the video.
Of
no,
Drake?
It ain't. It's
yeah,
really,
Drake. Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm gonna look it up.
It really. He looked like Soulja Boy. Sparring. When Soulja Boy did his little thing, yeah, that's what it looked like.
You're right though. Like, mitt work can make anybody look good.
Yeah,
anybody can because in all honesty, the coach is the one doing all the work.
Yeah, it's just hand-eye coordination. That's it. And then at the same time, it can be choreographed too. So.
Mm-hmm. And of course they're not gonna put nothing out with him really looking like trash.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Any of these rappers and people like that put these little videos and stuff out, obviously they're doctored. Obviously they took, I don't know, God knows how many shoots. I don't think any of them will really get into the ring and actually try some shit. So I see him, I'll just disregard it.
Yep. It's only one. I think Mano is the only rapper that I seen do anything that I say he could probably get in the ring with a box and actually fight.
You know, there's another rapper too. He's older dude. My one of my friends in Atlanta trains him. I can't remember his name. He was with the Dungeon
Not young,
Fisher for a while.
not young Thug.
Hell no.
Oh,
Nobody talking about that.
Thug. I see Young Thug on the pad. She looked like a girl.
Yeah, he
Young
dressed
Thug is
like
a girl.
Yeah.
God changed his mind halfway through that, and he was like, just make it.
Hey, Sam said Gilly the Kid, man. Gilly the Kid got his ass beat up. I don't know.
Sleepy Brown. That's his name.
Sleepy Brown. Okay, yeah. He looked like he got some hands.
Yeah,
he might take his ass off, but he looked like he got some hands.
Yeah, my one of my boys, his name's Christian Steele. He trains him out there in Georgia. And yeah, he always sends me videos too, like him. He won't put nothing out of him sparring, but he sent me videos and stuff. And I'm like, Sleepy actually, he's kind of doing his thing a little bit, and he's a little older too. But
Trey Wilson in the what's up, Trey? That's my partner. Yeah, you did say Willie D actually boxed. He was a light heavyweight, bro. Yeah, he was.
You know who that was a rapper? Rich Boy.
He looked like he might have boxed.
Yeah, that's what my sister said. My sister said he got the face and looked like he boxed before. Yeah, Rich Boy. Rich Boy used to box. Yeah.
Whatever.
Actually, before.
What the fuck happened to Rich Boy? Rich Boy sent it, crack, broke.
He bought a Cadillac and was done.
Huh?
I said he bought a Cadillac and was done.
I guess so. Throw some D's on it and they left the game.
Yo, I can't find that. I can't find that pad word, Mac. I can't find Drake. I'm trying to see. I was trying to see what was shaking.
Let me see if I can find it on Facebook and send it to you. Yeah, this shit was all over goddamn Facebook. Yeah, it won't let me send it because there's somebody posted it in this sports group I'm in.
Oh, okay. It's cool. All right. I could imagine.
It's on Instagram. I'll find it.
I could imagine.
Yeah. Just type in Drake boxing or something.
I did. All right, hold on. I ain't put boxing.
That's where you messed up. You got to put in the right words.
Oh, hold on. You right.
I heard rumors that Rainbow Tekashi box. Who? What? He look out of shape.
Stop playing, man.
You know that little hooker didn't
stand up, got a punch in his back and shit. I would like to see his ass get in the ring. He would get knocked the hell out.
I would love it.
Tekashi seemed like the type of dude that's a front runner. Like he would have energy like the first 2 rounds. Then the 3rd round, somebody start coming forward and pressing him. He get stopped. I already know. You probably would do good like the first couple rounds, but I could see him getting stopped.
I know Chris Brown had them hands, Kurt, man. I seen him spar too. But he a singer. I'm gonna tell you something, and something I learned throughout the years. Them singers are more gangster than they are rappers. 90% of them singers about that action. Because I didn't even heard stories of Trey Songz beating people up at his concerts. 90% of them singers got way more gangster than these rappers. So you ain't got to bring up no singers about boxing. None of them. Tank used to be a linebacker in football. He had a full scholarship. He quit football to sing.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, he had a full ride scholarship. I think it was to
Wait,
Miami.
You said who? Oh, Tank. Oh, Tank the singer. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
You thought he was talking about the little guy?
Hell yeah.
Tank,
I can't picture Tank in no damn boy band.
What about Tank versus Tank and Teofimo Lopez?
No.
I heard about the sparring session though.
Actually, we had that conversation Saturday, and what did I say?
You said Teofimo got it was heard that Teofimo got the best of him. But look,
I know.
can't
I
look.
said Teofimo would beat him up in the ring.
Oh yeah, you did. But look, man, I'm still like up in the air with the Devin Haney thing because when Devin Haney pressed my boy face to face, I wasn't feeling that energy, man. Devin
Yeah,
Haney, like, so you stopped me? I mean, so you made me cry? It's sparring? And Teofimo was just, I didn't see that same New York energy. You can't get us to stop talking.
Yeah, no.
So I was
You're
very
right.
disappointed. That kind of told me something right there. Like, how would you be in a real fight?
I still think that he beats Devin, but you're right. That energy was like he almost tucked his tail at that point. Was
Yeah. I'm not feeling that.
Man.
I don't know. I just got to see. You know, everything is different.
I agree.
I just got to see it. I think it'll be a tough fight, but I think that's a fight that'll go out 12. Unless
You know
unless
what's
they
crazy too
start,
is that what's his name will eventually be moving up to 35. I think here within about the next year.
who?
Is Shakur Stevenson?
Not 35, maybe 30.
He had 26.
Yeah,
No, he's going up to 30. I mean, listen.
Well, I know it ain't much, but
Big. Shakur is big as fuck. And he stays in shape and he's huge. Like he like when he's here with Terrence and them, like he'll come down and spar some guys.
I think Shakur beat Haney. I say that. I think he beat
I don't know. Well, I don't know, man. You know, I can't go off of sparring, but in that sparring session, Devin Haney was getting in him, man.
bro.
I think Devin was winning that, man.
Haney is also bigger too, right?
Yeah, but still though,
You
man.
keeping that weight down and you're a bigger fighter, that's a lot.
I'll be honest with you, Devin ain't that small. He's linky, but he ain't that small neither. He still got growing to do too. Y'all
Yeah,
think
but
just because he don't got power, I ain't going for look.
I ain't
One thing I will give Shakur is Shakur stepping it up. I spar Chris Diaz, the Puerto Rican. I give him credit for taking that fight, man. That's a tough Puerto Rican, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give Shakur credit for that, bro.
But I'm like, and I see Shakur and I've seen Shakur and Terrence like going to hell with each other, sparring. And you know, and Terrence isn't a small guy, you know, and Shakur's in there giving him work. So I mean that just tells me a lot that like this dude has matured like crazy, and he's only getting bigger. He's only getting stronger, and he's getting older, and he's with the best fighter in the world. So I mean, like literally, regardless of what he decides to do, whatever weight class he ends up at, he's gonna be the best wherever he is.
Yeah.
I mean, besides maybe if he has to face like Teofimo Lopez one day or something, then it's like, then we'll see. But he'll steer clear of those fights. He still wants to fight Mike Conlon.
Nah. Him and Tio is actually cool. Him and Teofimo is actually, yeah, they actually cool.
But business is business too.
Yeah. Nah, I agree. I'll separate that for a strap and some money. You right.
I'll fight anybody for the right price.
Yeah, for that strap and that money, yeah, you know. I agree with you, but I think I see Devin not being friendly with none of them though. I'll give Devin that. He ain't friendly. Devin ain't friendly with none of them. And I like
about his own self, and he's about his own business.
Yeah.
He's also starting to act like Mayweather too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I can't disagree with you in that.
I'm gonna tell you that's gonna fuck around and get his ass knocked out because all he want to do is do I need to release the sparring tape? All right, sparring is two different things. Sparring and actually being in that ring fighting is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna mess, and then like I say, I like to do, but what irritates me about him when he in the ring is he admires his shots too goddamn much. You know I can't stand that shit. I can't stand that shit, and that shit'll get you fucked up.
He's still trying to fight like an amateur fighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that,
that's the type of shit you could do in Mexico when he was fighting those fighters in Mexico when he was still 17. Is you can hit them once or twice, they admire your shots because they're just gonna fucking stand there and let you do it. Like the guys over there are not really talented. They're just tough punching bags. So that's what he was over there doing, was beating cats like that. So that's gonna be a hard habit to break for him because everybody's already on his dick like crazy, and he's already got a big head anyways. So
I just feel like he does train hard though. I'll give him that. Is if he keeps that work ethic and he don't really, because we don't know behind doors if he really lets it go to his head. I feel like he just needs to keep that work ethic, and he does need to change some things around. I agree. He needs to get out of that amateur stage. I agree. But I would like, if I had to see the prospects fight right now, I do want to see him and Teofimo out of everybody. I
that's
do want to
what
see
I
him
want.
in TLF. I really do want to see that one at everybody.
hey Matt, I just
Yo.
got some news too. You remember Arnold Barboza, the guy?
Yeah,
that
I remember. Yeah.
He's fighting Mike Alvarado.
Huh?
He's fighting Mike Alvarado
That's a decent fight. That's actually a good ass fight.
in April.
April 20th?
I'm not sure if it's 20th. They just said April. That's funny.
That's a pretty good ass fight too.
Young Merv the Cut Man said, "Don't forget about my guy Richard Hitchinson." Look, man, I like Richard Hitchinson, but he was talking mad trash to Rollies, and then when him and Rollies sparred, I see Rollies land some shots on him, man. He ended up like he had a see. I don't like that, man. I would still be talking trash. Yo, Rollies had him talking a whole nother song after. Like he was like, "Yo, I respect him. He's a good fighter." You know what I mean? But before that, he was getting at him. But I do think Richard Hitchison is a good fighter.
Mayweather got to give Rolly some better fights, man. Because Rolly been knocking out.
This is some good fights too.
Yeah, shit, he actually got a bunch of people in his stable. You just don't hear about them.
Yeah, you're right.
But they don't.
He got everything.
Those Mayweather guys aren't going to get good fights.
So what you think about Tank? Do you think Tank is going? What do you think? You think he's going to have to buy himself out of his contract?
If he wants to take those bigger fights, yeah, but I don't think he'll end up leaving Mayweather's side.
Yeah, I said that too.
He won't end up leaving. But a lot of those guys that are signed to Mayweather, like I said, they don't get good fights. I know all the matchmakers with those guys. I've worked with those guys before. And even sometimes when they send me names to try to help find them fighters and stuff like that, the stuff that I send back to them, they're like, "Oh, well, he's too this, he's too that. That's too much for this. That's too much for that. Yada 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 yada." They won't take tough fights for those guys. I mean, case in point, Mac. I can't remember the kid's name offhand. Puerto Rican kid that signed to Mayweather. He's managed by Elvis Grant, the Grant Gloves guy.
Yeah.
He was the one that Savell was supposed to fight. And then
does his name start with a J?
No.
I'm thinking the one that put out the sparring session with him. I also used to talk about him. What's his name?
No. That's a Josue Vargas.
Yeah.
No, this kid's younger. This kid's a younger kid, or he's a little more earlier in his career.
Okay.
Robles.
Yeah, Robles. This is his name.
Robles. Yeah, I can't remember the first name, but Robles
he's
is
with
his name.
Grant Worldwide.
Yeah. He case in point about not wanting to take tough fights. I mean, the kid was what, 5-0, I think, something like that. But
Manny
he wouldn't
Robles.
take a fight with Kenny Robles. There you go.
Manny.
But he wouldn't take a fight with Savell, who was what, 3-1.
Yeah.
Like what kind of better matchup do you want? I mean, you want to keep fighting these tomato cans? It's almost like my man said earlier. It's like these dudes fighting these bums. Like, it's worthless. It's pointless. It doesn't help you. It doesn't get you nothing. I mean, but another win on your record. But when they go look at who that win was against, they're like, oh shit, a guy who was fucking 3-30, like some stupid shit. It just doesn't make sense to me with a lot of those guys. And Mayweather, all the Mayweather guys are exactly that way. None of them fight tough guys, except for Cameron Crail. That's the only fighter in their stable that'll fight anybody.
Yeah, man.
You know what? You ought to see if you can set up a fight with Seville and Rolly. I think Seville can give Rolly the business. Because Seville hit hard as fuck.
He's got too many fights.
Seville
needs more fights. Seville needs more fights, though. He's been too inactive. He needs to be more consistent.
Yeah.
You know,
but don't nobody want to fight him. Like you said it last time. Him going viral, that fucked him up.
That was the worst thing that could have happened to that kid.
Yeah.
Both in his boxing life and his personal life. It was the worst thing that happened to him.
Hey, salute to Ronald Finkley in the chat, man. I'm not missing your comments. We be in the middle of conversation. That's why I see all the comments. I just don't get a chance to read them all out or respond to them. My bad, bro. But yeah,
go get on those comments, Matt. Let's see what they're talking about.
Oh man, that comment he had went way up there. But he was talking about we was talking about rappers that was sparring. He was talking about Lil Zay, the rapper who hung out with Justin Bieber. I think he was talking about box, and he said all that blind dude.
All right, you can go ahead and ignore the comments then. We can get back to
no, Ronald Finkley is one of my man, that's one of my wrenches right there.
Ronald Finkley, come on, man. Come on, man.
He be out there smashing on them trolls for me. He was joking, but we was in the middle of conversation. I just missed his comment back then. That was my bad, man. It sounds bad now because of where we are in the conversation, but at the time it fit, but I just missed it.
You got it.
Yeah. But man, I really do hate that for Seville, man, because I've been waiting to see it. It's almost been a year. Like real talk, it's almost been a year. It'll be a year in September.
Yeah,
but it just feels like
we're approaching it. See, but you know, honestly, man, like I took the kid from like almost nothing, basically. You know, gave him the opportunity, gave him a family, gave him a home, and that fight happened. He did his thing. He did. I mean, you know, now I say he did what he was supposed to do, which is exactly what we wanted him to do. But like I said, it went to his head, you know, and it affected his career at that point. It affected his personal life at that point, you know, and all in negative fashion. I mean, we tried to turn it. I personally tried to turn it into a positive. You know, I thought that putting it out there and blasting it as much as I did and pushing it as much as I did, you know, going to World Star, getting over getting millions of views on World Star. You know, things like that, but it just backfired, man. And it backfired, like I said, in the worst ways it could have. You know, when you get a little too big for your britches and start taking advantage of certain situations, I mean, you're only hurting yourself in the long run. You know, and you know, hence why we're still sitting here. It almost feels like we're talking about like a tragic story, almost like a what if. Like anymore when it comes up, you know, and ultimately, I mean, the kid has nobody to blame but himself.
Yeah.
You know, my job is to give them these opportunities and to help them reach their goal. But when you give them those opportunities, you know, and do your thing to help them reach their goal, they still have to do their part. And that just hasn't been being fulfilled, and just been some other stuff behind the scenes. So, I mean, that's why you haven't seen him. You probably won't for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's an unfortunate situation for sure. Because I mean, the kid's talented. He's still very raw, still very green. You know, I mean, he could only get better. But you know, you got to help yourself before you can allow anybody else to help you. You know, so. But I mean, hey, I mean, there have been worse stories. There have been people come back from worse stories. So maybe he can continue to or try to turn the negatives that all that stuff turned into positives and keep it pushing. But only time will tell. We'll see.
See, I was getting ready to, call it a night. It was good talking to you, Chris, but I just seen what this dude wrote in the chat saying that we don't got nothing good to say about Tank, Prophet, HGD.
Yeah, I want to comment on that. It's not so much as what is Tank. I don't have a problem with Tank. It's the direction that his promotional company going to, and where his headspace is, because Tank is letting them do that to him. He don't have to let them do that to him, but he's letting them. He got to start being more vocal. The same thing we say, Earl Spence, the same thing we say these fighters need to do, he has to do the same thing until he puts his big boy pants on and start controlling his destiny, because he can.
Yeah, because he's already said he wanted to fight Lomachenko, but Floyd is the one that's turning that down.
It's not
Floyd's
us.
the one that's saying no. And and Tank's doing it to himself, because I mean he's the one that's losing titles on the scale, not making weight on a consistent basis. I mean,
you remember the same thing we've been saying about Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, that's kind of the same issue.
It really is. But
they're not mental. They mental.
Yeah.
And I'm a Tank fan. Like, I'm really a Tank fan. Like, I've argued with Kurt over Tank, but it's getting to the point where I'm starting to look like an idiot because he's not. I don't want to keep getting proved wrong. So I'm just gonna until he show me something. But instead of not, and I can't say because the dude he fought, I'm not mad at his opponent, because I still think having the Mares duck that fight. I don't care what nobody say. I don't think nothing wrong with his eye. It was 3 damn reports come out. First it was a hand, then Robert Garcia said it was his elbow. Then all of a sudden it was his eye. Then it went back to his elbow. Then he come out of the eye doctor with a patch on.
Back.
How the hell bro, your own camp said your elbow was fucked up, and then you come out talking about your eye. And then the first report came out, it was a hand. What the fuck is wrong with him? I think he ducked. I don't care. I think he ducked. It was just a sophisticated duck, but I think he ducked.
Matt crazy.
Man, it's the truth. It was sophisticated. It was a calculated duck, man. I'm telling you.
Look, fellas, I'm gonna call it a night. It was good meeting you, Chris, man. Good talking to you.
Yeah, you
know,
too,
what I mean, man, perspective. Mac, this was a good conversation. I'm gonna still try to listen in.
No, I'm about to get ready and close it out because I gotta get up in the morning, man. I gotta go fill out paperwork and shit. So I'm gonna have to close this out my damn self and send my eggs out so I can eat some egg whites in the morning.
All right. Fellas, it was great. Mac,
all right, man. Hey, tell them how they can follow you, Chris.
Again, Instagram, Twitter, same thing. McLean Mestas, SMACLEAN, MAESTAS, both the last names.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Always a pleasure talking to you, man. If you want to come on anytime during the week, because I do this every night at 12, just let me know. You can come on any day, man. We can sit here and chop it up.
I'm on it. I'm gonna bring some guests with me too, so we can start doing that and get some other perspectives. Start talking to some other fighters, other guys, and just enjoy it, man. Like I said, it's always a pleasure.
All right, and some of them coaches too that's out there with you, even UFC. I can probably get my boy BK on her. We can always talk.
Let me know when you want to get BK on, because I got one of my guys. He's fighting. We just got his fight actually Saturday night. March 29th in Temecula, California is the main event on it'll actually be on the Zone.
All right, next Sunday. What about next Sunday? Say I can put it in my calendar now.
All right, we could do that. Let me double check with him tomorrow.
All right, that'll be March 3rd.
Problem.
All right.
Damn, so you work with MMA fighters too? Damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
God damn.
I gotta stay busy, man. I gotta keep this income coming in, so I don't have to have a 9 to 5.
Nah, I hear you. I ain't mad at you.
You know. Plus,
Yeah,
it's
man.
good. It's good for everybody. I like mixing the training. I like mixing the sparring. It's good. It's good for the MMA dudes and the boxing dudes.
Definitely.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I really do. Thank you for coming in, man. I might hit you up tomorrow and see what you're doing. But
Let's
go
do
ahead
it.
and close us out. Act fool asleep because he ain't said a word in an hour.
Well, it was well, shout out to the mighty LDBC and my crew, the full Berserker clan, and shout out to Chris, for the knowledge. It was real interesting mixing it up and hearing his perspective on the boxing. I don't know too much about MMA, so you're gonna hear me quiet when it comes to the MMA.
You
I ain't
gonna
gonna
learn.
dabble into that. Yeah, I ain't gonna dabble into that. I'm gonna let everybody else do the talking. But I do like Khabib. When Khabib fight again, I'll be back. Oh,
Tyrone
appreciate
Wood.
yeah, word. Appreciate Mac for bringing me on, man. It was a good discussion tonight. And fool to wake up.
Man, he got a mouthful of Cape Verdean over there. Man, I appreciate everybody for coming through, rocking with your boy. Shout out to the chat. I appreciate everybody in the chat. I appreciate you, Chris, for coming on, blessing us with your presence. Appreciated that. Appreciate you, Fooler. I'm gonna close this out while you over there sleeping or whatever you're doing, Fooler. I appreciate you for coming through too, man. Shout out to the whole LDBC. Shout out to your crew, the Full Berserker Clan, and shout out to the Houston Hard Hitters. I'm 1/3. We gonna the next whenever I do my Sunday shows, it's gonna be straight Houston Hard Hitters all day. So you might get a guess and you might not. This Sunday I got Lionheart LaQuinn gonna be on the panel talking about his charity work. He's actually a professional boxer, but he's gonna be talking about a lot of his charity he doing for his brother that got killed. So that's what I'm gonna be talking to this Sunday. So be looking out for that. And I appreciate everybody coming through, man. I'm gonna go ahead and mash out. Y'all smash that like button. And y'all know what it is. It's your boy Mac with Stay Ready Boxing TV. You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. One. Peace.